Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. I've got a really easy and fun project for you to do today. It's a matching pot holder and decorative towel. Now I've got it in Christmas fabric. This is a Christmas towel, but you can make this for any season of the year. Now down below in the description section will be all of the amounts of fabric and sizes you need to cut all of your pieces. So all that information is down there. So you scroll down, click on Show More or the down arrow, and all that information will be appearing. Okay, let's get started. I recommend that you pre-wash all of your fabric and your towel that you are using, because there will be some shrinkage if you're using 100% cotton, so it's best to wash it first. Your fabric, before you pre-wash it, make sure you zigzag stitch along the raw edges so that it will not unravel during the wash and dry cycle. All right, we're going to start with the towel. So take your towel, whatever one you decide to use. You're going to find the middle. So just fold it in half and then place a pin right at the middle or the midpoint. Then unfold it and take a ruler and line it up where the pin is, and of course remove the pin, and then cut your towel in half. To determine the size of your fabric to cut, you want to measure the width of your towel. So go all the way across to the other end. Whatever that measurement is, mine's 16.5, then you want to go ahead and add 4 inches to that measurement. Now cut one piece of fabric that is the width of your towel plus the 4 inches, and then cut it 5.5 inches wide. On just one of your long edges, you're going to do this step at your ironing board. Fold it over 1/4 inch and press it all the way across. And then fold it one more time and press it all the way across. Then go to your sewing machine and you're going to stitch close to this inside folded edge all the way across. Then on your 2 shorter edges, fold the fabric over about 1/2 inch and then press. Then fold your piece in half and place a pin where to mark the center. Then towards the bottom edge of your towel, the finished edge, you're going to come up maybe about 5 inches and mark the center with a pin by folding the towel in half. Most of your towels are going to have a crooked edge. It's not going to be very straight. It's going to be kind of wavy. So I usually like to take the fabric and bring it a little bit below so that it looks like it's straight. So you're going to match the pins and bring this below anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1 inch and smooth it out. Take one of the pins out here in the center and then pin through all layers, the fabric and the towel, to hold it in place. Now you're going to take your 2 shorter ends, you're going to wrap it around to the back, but you're not going to wrap 2 inches around to the back. What you're going to do is pull it over like this to where you have this little bulky part, and then you're going to turn this other edge under and then pin it down. And again, you do it at each end of your fabric piece. So now I have my 2 side edges pinned down. So this is what it looks like on the back. And then on the front, you have all this extra fabric. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it, leaving this pin in still to hold that center down. You're going to pull it and create a little pleat. Okay? So you want the fold to hit where the pin is, like that. And then pin that piece down. And then go to the other side and do the same thing. You're going to create this little folded edge. You kind of have to work with the fabric a little bit. There it is. And then pin that side down. Then go ahead and place pins across. And then what you're going to do is you're going to stitch this edge down. So you want to stitch right along the folded edge. You're going to do that at both sides. Then just do a basting stitch across this top edge about 1/8 of an inch from the raw edge. And then if you want, you can go ahead and just press your pleat flat right in through there. Then take your 3/8 inch wide ribbon and make sure you cut it long enough to where it can at least wrap around the edge at each end. And you're going to overlap that edge, the raw edge of your fabric. You don't want it hanging out above, so just place it to where the middle of your ribbon is over the edge of the fabric. Wrap it around to the sides, and then on each side of the ribbon, you're going to do a straight stitch all the way across. This is what it looks on the underside, on the sides at each end. And then here's what it looks like on top. Now you have an option of embellishing it a little bit by placing a button of your choice right there. For the top portion of the towel, take your fabric and at one end you're going to put your fusible interfacing on it. And you're cutting it a little smaller. So make sure you go ahead and cut it a little bit smaller than your fabric width. And you're going to place the lower edge of the interfacing about 1/4 of an inch from the lower edge right here, or this fabric edge. Then fold it over and press. Then go to the opposite end and fold it over and press. Have the front side of your fabric facing up, the pretty side, and then fold it in half. Place pins along this raw edge and the opposite raw edge, and then stitch 1/4 of an inch wide seam. Now you're ready to turn it front side out. And after turning it front side out, you want to go into both corners and push them out. And then after you've done that, go to your ironing board and give it a good pressing. Now there's 2 ways you could finish this off. You could, at the very top edge, the raw edge of your towel, do a large basting stitch and then gather it up. If you don't want to do that, you can fold it, and you can fold the towel to where it will be about the right width to fit inside of this. So I just need to move mine over just a little bit more. And then of course you want to check the front to make sure that your pleat is still in the middle. Then after you've done that, you want to go ahead and insert it inside of your fabric square up here and then pin it down. Now I've pinned it down and I inserted my towel anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1 inch up inside. So 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Then go ahead and pin it down. Then once you've done that, take a straight pin and you're going to stick it through at near the edge of your fabric to see if it's lined up with the other side. They need to be lined up so that when you go to stitch it down, it catches both sides. Once you've done that, then go ahead and stitch right along this edge to close it up. Now, in order for the flap up here to stay closed, you have several options that you could do. You could take Velcro and use that, or you could do a snap of your choice. Another option you could do is you could put a buttonhole on this, put a decorative button, fold it over to the front, and you'd have a little pretty little button. So you would put your buttonhole on and then sew your button and then close it up. So you have a choice of either folding your flap over to the front or folding it over to the back. So cut off your Velcro, however long you want it. I'm going to leave that up to you. Then you're going to pull it apart. Let me get this apart. Here we go. And then once you put it down onto your towel, like this, then you stitch around the edges, and I would go around a couple of times. Then you would go to the other side and stitch it on around the edges at least twice, and then it would fold over and close. Now we're going to do the pot holder. So take the 4 squares that are 4.5 inches, turn them on to the back side, and then place a ruler corner to corner and draw a line. Do that on all 4. Take 2 squares and place them on opposite corners to where the line is going this way, from edge to edge. And then you're going to stitch next to the line, not on top of the line, but very close to the line. So on this square, you're going to stitch on this side of the line, and on this square, on this side of the line. So the 2 outside sections. So stitch them down real close to the edge. Then cut some of this side off. Then fold over the other side of the triangle there and press it down. Take your other 2 squares and place them in opposite corners. And these will overlap. They're supposed to overlap the others. And then you're going to repeat that entire process. Stitch on this side of the line, but not on top of the line. So when you're done, it should look like this. Now place your 2 pieces of cotton batting, or you could use 1 layer of cotton batting and 1 layer of Insul-Bright. That is what is recommended on the package of Insul-Bright. Then place your towel piece on top, and then you're going to stitch right on top of this square area here, and you're stitching on top of this red fabric close to the folded edge. Take your fabric for the back, and you're going to fold all the edges over 1/4 inch and press them down. Place this section of it inside and center it. Then you're going to do opposite edges first. So fold it over and pin it down, and then stitch close to this edge all the way across. And again, you're doing it on opposite edges. Once these 2 edges are stitched down, then take your other 2 edges, fold them over, pin them down, and then stitch close to this inside folded edge. To make the loop, you're going to take all your edges again and fold them in 1/4 inch. And I like to start with the 2 shorter edges. Fold it over and press, go to the other end, fold over and press, then fold your other 2 longer edges over and press. Then you're going to fold it in half, press again, then stitch along that folded edge right across there. Turn your pot holder over to where the back side is facing up. Take your loop and fold it in half and place the edges just a little past the stitch line that's right here. Then go ahead and stitch back and forth a few times. So here's what they look like when they're all done. So think about all those different options, and really you can do anything that you want. Do any combination, mix up your fabrics, really have a good time making this. Now, if you're interested in other decorative towels and pot holders, there will be a link listed below your YouTube screen for those video links. Just scroll down to the description section, Click on the down arrow or show more, and it will expand open and you will see the links appearing. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and make sure you check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl. This is Manny. See you next time.